Daniel, thanks for joining us on Raw Vision to review last week's game against West Coast. First off, just want to find out how their leg's feeling.
No, I think I've dodged a bullet there. We had scans yesterday and there's no crack, and it's a little bit sore, but every chance to play this week. Just resting up now, but hopefully train later in the week and we'll be fine.
And probably not the best way to spend your 100th game out there watching from the sidelines.
No, I got battered and bruised a bit. I went down the first quarter landing on my hip and then and this ankle/leg as well. And I tried to get up and we strapped it up and we tried everything else, but we had Reece Conker ready to go. So rather than have a 40% fit number 23, we thought we'd get him out there. And yeah, look, he did his part well. And hometown boy, so the earlier we could get him out, the better. So maybe, yeah, I helped him out.
Are the boys pretty disappointed overall in not getting the 4 points away?
Yeah, it's probably... Everyone's probably sick of hearing us say it's a disappointing loss. Everyone knows that. But there were some good signs over there. You know, there were patches where they took control of the game and managed to score, and a few decisions didn't go our way. But we thought that we were starting to formulate some better passages of play, implementing some new things that we'd been training during the week. They went well. So, you know, they're up and running at the moment. They play very well over there, and I think I may have heard that we had the highest score against them that they've had this year. So, you know, that's something. But we'd obviously want more.
And did the bye help? Did it freshen the guys up and you go over there with 2 weeks of solid training under your belt and come up against a top 4 side like they are?
Absolutely. We've had our buys timed pretty well. You know, I think we had ours a third of the way through, now the 2/3 mark. I know personally I felt mentally and physically a lot better. And I think it's put us in good stead for this run home. There's a few teams at the moment copping some big hidings, and it'd be interesting to see what other people thought. But I got the feeling that with the extra changes to the sub rules and stuff, that without this bye they'd be in all sorts, because even at the moment you're seeing some teams get run over the top, and that's probably a general sign of fatigue.
And that third quarter was clearly the boys' best quarter, won the quarter itself. What was the directive after half time and how did you guys turn it around?
Oh, look, we've had some pretty good second halves. You know, we just got to make sure we start the games better. But it was like I said before, it was just implementing the things that we'd trained, and we showed signs of it in the first half, but we really managed to implement it in that third quarter, and it showed. So that's one of those things we can take. You know, it's a step in the right direction. It builds a bit of confidence around here. We've had a few tough losses over the last few months, so we just need to take every little bit of ground that we can and keep working in the right direction, and eventually we'll get there.
And Jack up forward got on top in that third quarter, kicked 3 goals against a really quality opponent, ended up with 4. That's a pretty good result for him.
Yeah, Jack did well up forward. He played his part. There's still a bit of room that the other forwards need to help out with, a few more tackles inside 50, but I think it was a pretty balanced effort all round. You know, there was no real standouts, but everyone sort of contributed.
And the Eagles have got obviously a pretty tall and impactful forward line. Our defenders stood up pretty well. Rancy, Will Thursfield, those sort of things, had sort of jobs on some guys and did a great job.
Yeah, we made them promise at the start of the game that no one would get injured, because there seems to be a bit of a curse on the backs at the moment. But they did a good job. You know, Rancy and Will Thursfield held their own, and Lukey McGuan, and then the rebounding half-backs managed to have some impact as well. So speaking of backs, I think Kelmore went in for surgery yesterday again, so we wish him well, and hopefully we can have him back next year, because he makes a big difference.
What are some of the things that Damien mentioned after the game that you can work on immediately for next week's game?
I just addressed the things I was speaking about before, the specifics that we've been trying to implement over the last 2 weeks, obviously having the bye. So if we can just keep chipping away at those, it's always a longer-term picture or aim for us. And as long as we're making those incremental steps towards the ultimate success, then we're pretty happy.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.